Hi dear friends, my name is Dima, I am the English tutor for you, and so in this short, I hope, practice video, let's do a couple of tasks in the section of Duolingo test called interactive reading, complete the sentences, something like that. You know that no matter how you slice it, the gist is always the same, so we don't care about the appellation for this task. We care about the meaning and the essence of it. And the essence is very simple. There is a multiple choice, so you choose among 5 options to complete the sentences. Of course, according to the context and meaning and all that jazz. Now, I will do 1 or 2 tasks in your presence, and we say we like doing it together because I'm saying something and you try to go ahead of me, to get ahead of me and to think, what would you put here? Is the most precious experience for you. All these tasks have been taken from real Duolingos, so somebody has already dealt with them and suffered them. So in this way, you really feel this real atmosphere of Duolingo English Test. Yeah, something like that. So let's proceed, please. Yeah. How I do it, you see, of course, in theory, in an ideal scenario, you should embrace quickly the whole text. Yes, I mean to understand the context. Here, this is an example of such a text which is easy to conceive because you see the Renaissance, So Italian Renaissance was European history that spanned the late. So it will be about art, probably, and about Renaissance. Art, architecture, something like that. So very simple. Because sometimes Duolingo, they provide such texts which are difficult to understand, even like what the text is about. Especially it concerns some theories, philosophies, mixtures of mathematical and physical and philosophical concepts and IT. Yes, sometimes they give you something like that. However, I think that if you're given that thing about some combination of high-level thinking of IT and so on, it's a very good sign. It means that you're aiming to attain something decent because the system will not give you such a difficult text if it sees that you are, let's say, a beginner in English. So if you meet something really outstanding in Duolingo, so be happy about it, even if you do not cope with it 100%. Anyway, it's very good. So, let's look at this text and read it together slowly and discuss. The Italian Renaissance, literally rebirth, was of European history that spanned the late 1400s and 1500s. Okay, such a primitive sentence, luckily. First of all, please guys determine what part of speech goes here. I tell you always, and it's what do you think? What can be here? We have a, yes, here we have of, so I think we have only one option here. According to standard grammar, it can be only a noun. Yeah. So, okay, let's. The Italian Renaissance rebirth was a group of Italian history. By the way, here are all are nouns. Yes, so but there are distractors, of course. For example, group. It's a primitive distractors because it's absurd. Group of European history Renaissance. No, it's about something about time. Yeah, something about period, about time, about era or epoch, but not about group or location or something like that. So the Italian Renaissance was a group, no. Line of European, no. Time, probably, yeah. Stretch of European history, it can be, I think, in theory, but period of European history. So I hesitate. I will choose among these 3 times, stretch, period, yeah. I think it's period. Period in history, yeah. We can also say time in history, but when you have period, they have put here of to mislead you even more, to tangle your mind in, but because you will say period in or time, but let it be. Period of European history that spanned the late. And what do you think? What part of speech goes here? I think it will be something describing these 1500s, yeah? So it can be some adjective, like early, late, yeah, because we have here late, and medium, traditional, period, early, beginning. You see early. Late 1400s and early 1500s. I think everything is obvious. To put here beginning, we don't say beginning. If it was a beginning, it would be beginning of, yeah, something like that. Period 1500s, impossible. Traditional 1500s, absurd. Medium 1500s, doesn't fit our semantic model here, because why should we miss earlier? Okay. As with the European Renaissance periods, which occurred in different fields of study at times, in the Western Italian Renaissance, something maybe, and architecture changed their way. Maybe people thought about and applied beauty. Yes, so applied beauty. So as with the European Renaissance period, part of speech, what do you think? I think it's something either an adjective or pronoun, because it describes like this, you see, it refers to this. So what can we have? Previous can be, but more can be, respective can be, other, rest impossible because rest obvious, something like that. So we have 4, but I think that respective, no, I'm sorry, as with the, what do you think, as with the more, no, maybe other, because probably other, you know, as with the other European Renaissance periods, which occurred in different fields of study. Yeah, because they will compare here now architecture and something with something other, you see. So I think other here matches the most, though this question can mislead you, yes, though grammatically it's simple. But as with the other European Renaissance periods, which occurred in different fields of study at maybe different times, yes. Yeah, I see already different times in the Western. Important times, present times, particular, both times, no, because why both? We have a lot of times, so both cannot be, because both means 2, and we have a lot. Particular times, probably, so here you have to use a good judgment, as they say. I would put here different times, because other periods, a lot of periods, so they can happen at different times. In the Western, let's have a look, world, yeah. In the Western world, in the Western Japan, you understand, absurd. In the Western language, absurd, because while in the Western part, probably market, not absurd, but not because the story here doesn't go about anything economical or something. So I think world. Also, you know, they should have put here a comma, you see. So we express our deep indignation to Duolingo here team. No, I'm joking. I'm very thankful to these guys and the authors of this resource. However, here should be comma. In Western world, comma, Italian Renaissance, something, and architecture. You see why I say something? Because we have here and architecture. So there are 2 homogeneous elements. If we have here architecture, here should be art or something. Italian Renaissance, you see art. Change, no. Construction and architecture, probably, but why construction? Renaissance is mostly about art and culture. Architecture can be referred to art somehow, but construction, like industrial construction, no. Science, probably, yeah, but you know, art, buildings, and architecture, no. So I would choose art. Or art and architecture. Change this. Something people thought about. Change the way, yes, the pattern. Oh, you see here, way. Yeah. Change the image, change the ones. No, absurd, change the nature, place. No, also absurd. So we have only 2 options. Change the way people thought about and applied beauty. Okay, let's click submit and see. Everything is fine. Yes. Okay, think about how you would do it independently without my comments. Let's take the next one. Medium, okay. I don't know anything about this text, so probably I will make here now a lot of mistakes together with you, but it's very interesting. So let's read it. You see, we have Rosita wanted to visit a Spanish-speaking country. So it's like fiction, you see. Yeah, it's not about Renaissance or about something. So here, mostly, I think we will deal with some everyday casual vocabulary. So I mean that you should realize it just at the outset. Rosita wanted to visit a Spanish-speaking country because she was Spanish as a part of her university course. You see, university course. So what can we do with Spanish? Our courses learn, yeah, or study, or somehow master, or here we have studying. She was studying Spanish, choosing Spanish, visiting Spanish, except no. She was studying Spanish as a part of her university course. Okay, she, a small town near Mexico City, for her trip. She could practice her Spanish with the local speakers there. Spanish as a part of her. Wait, I'm sorry. She, a small town. Maybe visited. What? You see, visited. Yeah. Because what else could she do with a small town near Mexico City? Made absurd is a distractor. Absurd. Recommended out of context. Chose. Yes. Just a moment. You know, we can have here chose because and visit also we can, because Rosita wanted to visit, like not to repeat visited. Yes, we can here put chose. She chose because she wanted to visit. So you see, guys, here even if I make a mistake, it's not decent on their part. Yes, because we can here place either visited or chose. Choose, chose, chosen. Yeah, okay, let's leave chose, but maybe we'll have an insight later on. She chose a small town near Mexico City for her trip. Okay, I think chose for her trip, you see. And then I don't know what, because often they forget commas here, so probably here should be comma or something. Let's have a look. But, no, not but. She could practice her Spanish with the local speakers there. There, you see, if it was not there, here we could have where, yeah, but we have there. Either we can have some connection, like why, because, so because we have no, because, since we don't have, for we don't have, which, no, but, why, but there is no contradiction, the harmony here. So I think it is so, like so that, but they drop that. So she could practice her Spanish with the local speakers there. Yeah. She chose this to do this, so that. But of course, they could have left that. It's not very nice of them to. It, her 5 hours to get there. I think you understand already, yeah? It's a typical idiomatic phrase. It took her, yeah? Yeah. It took her 5 hours to get there. All other granted, absurd gives, no, grammatically told her absurd, taken her absurd. So it took her 5 hours to get there, but she was proud of herself, maybe because of at or over what for being able, proud of herself for being able to have a conversation with a taxi driver before he dropped her off at her hostel. She was proud of herself, not absurd, finally absurd with for being, yeah. This is a classical connector here. So the only place, of course, where I hesitate is like this and this. Okay, let's click submit and face the music. Oh, you see, I guessed, yes. So we have done it perfectly. She chose so that, so she could, yeah, both variants are possible with that or without that. Yeah. Think, please, how you would do this. It's very, very precious for your success. Not just listen and to the teacher, but your independence is the key to success at anything maybe in life, yeah, including English tests. Okay, guys, I wish you success at Duolingo. If you need a professional tutor, please drop me a line. I have put my contacts in the description to this video, so I will help you, because I regularly help guys to succeed at Duolingo, and sometimes my students get, up to 140 for the overall test. Okay, so see you in our next video.